What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. I took off yesterday to hang out with my mom. I hope that you guys had a fun Mother's Day, but I guess I missed 3 touchdowns that the Padres put up versus the Rockies. Does Robert Manfred have to step in and stop this? Like, should he be forcing owners like whoever owns the Rockies or the Pirates to sell, or is that unfair? Aaron Judge, Paul Goldschmidt, Ben Rice, Trent Grisham, they are all putting up video game numbers this year, and a lot of people are saying that this version of the Yankees are better than the team that made it to the World Series last year. We saw some trolling in the Cubs and Mets game. Former Mets prospect Pete Crow Armstrong, he trolled not only the Mets, but Javy Baez, who is not on the Mets anymore. If you're confused, I got you. I'll explain it later. One guy on the Giants is trying to stop Minnesota from winning 8 in a row all by himself. He went full-blown one-man army noob tube from Modern Warfare 2 back in the day. Freddie Freeman, he is somehow playing his best baseball at the ripe age of 35. He's in season 16, again, playing his best baseball. And Chandler Simpson, the viral speedster, he was at it again. He turned a routine single into a 100-meter Olympic race. This dude moves. So again, we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB Recap, a series in which we're just trying to grow the game of baseball one recap at a time. So if you're into that, join the team, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget that recap would be impossible to make without sponsors SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Be sure to save yourself 20 bucks off all of your tickets using code Fuzzy on SeatGeek. And if you download Underdog Fantasy to your phone with code Fuzzy or the link in the description, you get a free pick'em up to $1,000 in bonus cash credit. It's really easy. All you have to do is find some good matchups, pick higher or lower. That's literally it. As always, thank you guys so much for supporting and letting me pay the bills. Let's talk some baseball. Before we talk about today's highlights, I want to talk about some things that I did not get a chance to recap because I missed yesterday. I was hanging out with my mom. The Padres put up a football score 21-0 against the Rockies. They hit 5 home runs. Tatis, he collected his 9th of the season. He's leading the National League in WAR, by the way. And the Rockies, they fired their manager, Bud Black. I feel bad. It's not his fault. His team stinks. The Reds scored... They scored 10 in the first inning against the Astros. Elly, he had a 3-run home run. He also had an RBI ground out for a big 4 RBI first inning. That's big for the Reds because he's been awful lately. And Aaron Judge had 2 home runs in a loss against the A's. The A's stormed back, but it made me think of a quote from John Fisher that when he was moving the A's to Sacramento, he said that he was excited for fans to be able to see Aaron Judge, an opposing player, not his own team. I understand what he was trying to say, like, come see a superstar like Aaron Judge, but yeah. They saw Aaron Judge all right, but they did win the game, so I guess they got the last laugh. All right, back to today's highlights. Because we just talked about Judge hitting 2 home runs, by the way, I forgot to mention he now has 14 on the season. We might as well start with Schwarber doing the exact same thing. His first of the game is his 13th. That gives him an insane 45-game on-base streak dating back to last season. That was the only run off of Luis Ortiz, who was nasty. He struck out 9. Zach Wheeler was even nastier. He was essentially perfect, allowing a handful of base runners, 7 scoreless innings with 8 strikeouts. Just pencil him in every single season for a sub-3 ERA and 200+ strikeouts. He's going to get his 4th win of the season after Schwarber padded his lead on a missed pitch. He just absolutely torched that slider that did not slide enough. He's got 14. He's also hitting 270. Romano, he's been a whole lot better as of late. He got some help from the blue, like some big-time help. That was a ball and a half, but that's his 2nd save. He's not allowed a run his last 5 appearances. The Phillies have won 2 in a row. They're 24-16. The Guardians, they're 23-17. We also talked about the Rockies getting murked, then firing their manager, so let's see how they responded. Hunter Goodman, he must have felt bad as well for Bud Black. He responds with a 421-foot 3-run moonshot. He basically ruined Nick Pavetta's ERA all by himself. Jason Hayward, later on, he played that ball terribly. Hunter, he's cool with it. He motors around for a 2-run triple, so that's 5 RBIs and 7 total bases in the first 3 innings. Mickey Moniak had a few RBI base hits as well. That was the final run off of Nick Pivetta. Pivetta came into this game with a 2.01 ERA, just above 2. He left with a 3.05 ERA. Moniak drove in another on his first extra base hit in a minute. By the way, to my older viewers, a minute does not actually mean a minute. It means a while. Don't ask why, I don't understand it. The Padres scratched across a few more, but it didn't really mean that much as Ryan McMahon pelted a baseball deep into the right field bleachers. Ryan's up to 6 home runs, and the Rockies, they do take a game 9-3. They are 7-33. And wait, Bud Black he's still in the dugout. They fired him after a W. Again, I feel bad for Bud Black, especially after reading the statement from the owner. The owner, Dick Montfort, said that fans deserve better. Yeah, no, you know what, Sherlock? This is the same dude who signed off on the roster that is currently 7-33, one of the worst starts to a seasons ever. What's happening in Colorado and Pittsburgh is completely unacceptable. It makes me wish that there were rules in place that we can enact when owners perennially don't spend any money or their team loses 90 plus games every single season. Just count it. Like we said, pencil Zach Wheeler in for a sub-3 ERA and 200 plus strikeouts. Pencil in the Rockies and the Pirates to be a bottom feeder dumpster fire that loses 95 to 100 games every single season. Now, a lot of fans are saying it's not very fair that you could have these rules in place. They're private businesses. They can run them however they want. Well, I just don't agree with that. Sorry, no. If you want to be a weirdo and not spend any money and then scapegoat your manager year in and year out, you have no place in Major League Baseball. This game is sacred and it's hallowed grounds. It should be respected. Like, Steve Cohen gets a lot of crap because he spends money, same with the Dodgers. Good. Spend all the money you can and show up these weirdo losers who cry poor and never spend anything. Whew, all right, well, we have some trolling in this Cubs and Mets game. Pete Crow Armstrong, he got a little payback later after Canning struck him out. Canning struck out the side in the first. Same with Matthew Boyd. That's a fun start. It didn't last, though. We're in the second. Luis Torrens, he went to the left field wall for a triple. Starlin Marte, he flies around to score. Not flies, he's not very fast anymore, but it's 1-0 for Cannon. Here's the troll job. PCA, he joins Ohtani, the second human in baseball, in the 10 home run, 10 stolen base club, and he hit the double thumbs up. This is a callback to Javy Baez's double thumbs down when Javy was traded for PCA back in 2021, and Mets fans, they were kind of not happy with the way that the Mets were playing, so they were booing them, so the Mets players responded by giving double thumbs down, and I guess PCA was just doing a callback to Javy doing it. Mark Vientos gave this pitch a double thumbs up. It's back to a New York lead, and now it's gone. Nico, he broke out the double thumbs up as well. He doubles in Michael Busch. He ties it at 2-2. Francisco, he lives for these moments when it's a tie game or the game is on the line. That's his 9th of the season. That started an avalanche of run scoring. Alonso doubled right before Vientos singled him in, and Brandon Nimmo sent out a 2-run home run, his 8th of the season. No win for Griffin Canning, but the Mets have now won 7 starts in a row. When he started the game, he allowed 1 earned run, 2 base hits over 6 innings. He's got a 2.36 ERA. The Mets are 26-15. The Cubs, they've been losing a lot lately. I think they're losers of 4 of their last 5. I'm sure Angels fans were like, where the heck was this when we had Griffin Canning? Then again, maybe they're not surprised because their pitching development team absolutely stinks. Elly, he got some help from the baseball gods. Finally, he's around on the RBI triple thanks to the sun. That's an ERA buster right there. Now, Taylor Ward, the left fielder, did help out with the stick to get that run back, and the Halos actually took the lead on an Ohapi RBI knock. It's just after Baltimore retied it on a sac fly, and Mountcastle made it 3-2. It kind of got ugly for the Angels. Laureano, he scores on a wild pitch. The rookie Maverick Hanley laid down a sacrifice bunt. Now it's 5-2. Now it's 7-2. Gunnar Henderson hit one 900 feet in the air. It's a 2-run home run. He's got 2 home runs and 4 RBIs the last 3 games. Watch out for him. One more Angels clip real quick. A shout out to the rookie Matthew Lugo. He's actually looked pretty impressive his first few games. That's his first career home run. It's not a save opportunity for Felix the Mountain Bautista, but he ends it with 98 past Kyron Paris. The Angels, they lose again. If I told you that Chris Sale struck out 8 Pirates and only gave up 2 runs, and the Braves got to face a guy with a 6 ERA, you're probably thinking the Braves won by 50. Nope. The Pirates took a 3-0 lead in the 5th after Triolo single. Hayes chopped it and Riley couldn't handle it. And after both of those dudes took off for a double steal, Drake Baldwin, he missed the frame. He tried to snap his wrist and get that ball back in for a strike. Instead, he whiffs it. It's 1-0. 2-0 on the McCutchen sac fly, which should have been the 3rd out, by the way. Joey Bart, he then delivered with his 6th base hit in the last 2 games. He's been an actual machine ever since the Giants gave up on him. He has a 360 on base in 112 games with the Pirates, and remember, he's a catcher. Atlanta, they wanted to make sure that Chris Sale did not take the L. Sean Murphy, he saved the game. A pinch hit base clearing double. That 3-run swing resets the score. It's a brand new ball game, but now the Pirates, they have him loaded as well. The red hot Joey Bart is stepping in, and he walks it off. That was a really nice attempt from Nick Allen to save the game. He just couldn't get the throw to the right part of home plate. The Pirates, they win a series after firing Derek Shelton. Do managers actually play that much of a role or nah? Let me know. Sevy is facing off against his old squad, and I can't remember if he and Volpe were ever... Wait, yes. Volpe and Sevy were teammates back in 2023 when Sevy was basically written off as damaged goods, and then he bounced back. Volpe put a crack in the damn wall. By the way, I'm not cursing. I'm saying like a damn wall that holds water back. The Yankees got a few more on a bases, a walk, a ground out, so Judgy's up with a chance to really crack it open. Way too much plate from Severino. That is a 2-run single the other way. RBIs 38 and 30. 209 for Judge. Jason Dominguez, he showed off his world-class sprinting speed. Remember, he's just as fast as Bobby Witt Jr., so he scores all the way from first. I thought no chance he's going to score on a ball that got cut off, but I forget just how fast he is sometimes. Oh boy, Ben Rice with the bat drop. His 9th home run is a grand slam into the lawn in right field. Goldie, Mr. Paul Goldschmidt, had himself some fun as well. So did JJ Bleday in between. Goldie doubled once, then a second time after JJ swatted out his 5th of the season. That was a pimp job, by the way. Here's Goldie's 2nd double, his 11th double of the season. Another 3-hit game. Judge had 4 hits as well, so he's back over 400. He's batting .409 as the Yankees improved to 23-17. The A's are 21-20. Now, I do want to mention one thing. The Yankees actually just leapfrogged the Cubs. The Yankees are now number 1 in runs scored, home runs, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and OPS as an offense. Their pitching staff is also top 10 in ERA and WHIP. This is without Luis Gil and Garrett Cole. Are the Yankees a fundamentally better team this year without Juan Soto? The fact that they could spread the money around to Max Fried, Paul Goldschmidt, other guys like those. Are they a better team overall, or is this just fool's gold and that Trent Grisham is going to come crashing back down to earth? Some other guys are going to regress because, let's face it, Fried, he's not going to have a 1 ERA the rest of the year. Do you think they're better or not? Frederick! The Dodgers, they strike first on a Freddie Freeman double to left field. The first 4 hitters in the LA lineup all came away with multiple base hits. Freddie, there's another RBI, another Mookie. Wait, Ohtani scored on the Freddie sac fly. Mookie scores on the Will Smith scorcher up the middle. Gallen just did not have his best stuff. But guess who did? Tony Gonsolin. He was only allowed to go 5 shutout with 4 strikeouts. He's working back from a ton of injuries. They're slowly building him back up. That's the smart move. Ohtani, he got the runs going again. He singles in Michael Conforto. Freddie Freeman into the pool. Freddie went 4 for 4. The 35-year-old is hitting .376 with 20 extra base hits, 33 RBIs. He's done all of this damage, even though he missed like 10-plus games. He is a first-ballot Hall of Famer. He's saving his best baseball for his mid-30s. Mookie, we obviously know he's a first-ballot Hall of Famer guy as well. His 3rd base hit is his 6th home run. Freddie, his 4th hit got him on for Will Smith, and then Will Smith peppered one to the outfield to bring home Freddie. Andy Pages, he's been insane. He's batting .390 with 10 extra base hits, 15 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. He hasn't been caught once in his last 18 games. The Dodgers are an absolute wagon. They are closing in at 30 wins with their 27th W. The Diamondbacks, they're trying their best to keep pace. They're 21-20. San Francisco is also holding on Heliot Ramos. He's trying to make sure that Giants fans know that he might botch a play or 2 in left field, but he can also pop off for 4 RBIs in a few innings. That's an RBI sac fly. Willie, shout out to him. That was a nice play to keep more runs off the board, but more runs were inevitable. 410 feet, I think. Heliot Ramos, he was the first human ever to have a splash home run in San Francisco. He has stupid opposite field power, so the Giants, they're looking really good. Is it my bet? No, this game's already over. Of course, I can't jinx it. But Brooks Lee said, "Love you, Mom," in the dugout after hitting a 2-run home run. Wait, hold up. Was that Heliot Ramos? He's the weirdest outfielder ever. What a play. I mean, honestly, he's having an insane game. Jung-Hoo Lee, he got some help after Pablo balked over Yaz. So now this is a sac fly. We have another sac fly. I think this is the 3rd sac fly of the game already. Ramos made another web gem. What in the world is going on? I pretty much tempered expectations by saying he's going to make the occasional error or 2, but he is showing off with the glove out there. Cody Clemens, he scores, and Royce, that's his first hit of the season. He saves it. It's a clutch one. He ties it at 4-4. Bader, he's way too quick. He beats it out for an RBI fielder's choice. So the Twins have the first lead of the day. Don't tell that to Elliott. All 5 runs were courtesy of one man. We're in the 10th. David Villar, he grounds out the first run of the game that Heliot Ramos was not a partaker in. The ghost runner, Jung-Hoo Lee, scores. And this hurts for multiple reasons. 1, because France was a sitting duck at home if Matt catches it. 2, because it hit his chest, so that's going to leave a mark. Runners, they got to 2nd and 3rd, and ball game. Deshaun Kersey Jr., he walks it off as, whoa, the Twins have won 8 in a row. They are 21-20. Hold up, before we show the Tigers and Royals games, St. Louis is also trying for 8 wins in a row. Lars and Wilson, they want it bad. Lars, he tagged Mackenzie Gore in the first with a leadoff home run, and Wilson, he destroyed a no-doubter in the second. Alex Call, I'll show this for my Nationals fans, he made a nice catch, and look at Nathaniel Lowe hitting a home run. Lowe is raking this year with 7 home runs and 29 RBIs. Mackenzie actually settled in. He wanted 7 bad, but remember, St. Louis wants 8 bad. Yohel Pozo, he singles in their 3rd run, and Victor Scott got one to land off the reliever, Andrew Chafin. So Victor, he secures an 11-game hitting streak. Nolan, he got one to go. His hands can still fly through the zone. I think his bat speed is just a little bit better this year. Good for him. He's got 4 home runs and a 120 OPS plus. The Cardinals do in fact win their 8th in a row. The Nationals have lost 5 in a row. So before that, we showed the Twins winning 8 in a row, and 8 in a row has to feel really amazing considering it's 8 in a row on the same day that the Guardians, Tigers, and Royals all lost. That is Christmas coming early. We had a fun moment between brothers. Jace set up tic-tac-toe for his older brother, Josh Young. He's the other third baseman. He's on the Rangers. That's an easy Mother's Day because just got to go to one game. Marcus Semien, he finally did something. He's been really bad over the last few seasons. He has 17 RBI somehow despite an awful 50 OPS plus. This is Evan Carter's first base hit with runners in scoring position all year, but he's only played in a handful of games. Josh, in front of his entire family, belted his 4th of the season. And Nathan Eovaldi, I just got to mention, he's been untouchable all season. I'm going to show his full start in a second because Jonah Heim keeps on showing that 2024 was in fact a fluke. He can swing it. He's got 5 home runs. The Rangers had 8 home runs in 2 games against the Tigers the last 2. The Rangers, they win easy thanks to the offense and Nathan pumping again. The 2-time Tommy John guy should not be doing this. He still throws 96, 97, sometimes 98. He's really developed that splitter. It's one of the best splitters in baseball. He has a 1.78 ERA his first 9 starts with the highest strikeouts per 9 of his career and the lowest walks per 9. He's getting better and better after having 2 Tommy Johns. Lucas Giolito threw a gem. That is surprising. I'll show a start in a second. His lineup, they're putting charges into baseballs. Wilyer went past the bullpen, which is not easy to do in Kansas City. Wilyer has 10 home runs. I don't know when Jarren Duran went back to the leg kick, but leg kick Jarren is back. Baseball players are so funny. Devers, he has been White Star hot. He went even further than Wilyer, 440 feet. Wilyer went 430. Rafael Devers is hitting 425 with 10 extra base hits and 17 RBIs his last 15 games. He also sent his bat flying on that bat flip. Now we can show Giolito. He went 5 2/3 with just 2 base hits. He struck out 5. He was dotting corners and he had his command in check big time. He had 1 walk over those 5 2/3. Chapman, he popped up Mark Canada to end it. The first baseman there, by the way, is Nick Sogard. I guess he's going to be the guy until Romy Gonzalez is back or until Rafi gets enough practice reps. I don't know if he's going to play first base, but the Red Sox, they take the series. They're 2 games over 500. The Royals, they're 24-18. Kansas City, Detroit, and Cleveland being on losing streak is music to Twins fans' ears, and same with Rangers fans in the fact that Seattle has now lost 3 in a row, and this was no close L. Seattle got beat up. Miles Straw, he singled in their first of 9 runs. Wait, how many is this for Dylan Moore? Dylan Moore has a sneaky 7 home runs on the season. That's all that the M's could muster, by the way. George Springer, he saved his first hit of the game for a mammoth 3-run Springer dinger. That ball was 112 off the bat. He has a 161 OPS plus. Jonathan Clase, he got some payback. Remember, the Mariners traded him away last season. He splits the gap for a 2-run double. Addison Barger, he only takes daddy hacks. I mean that. Please look at this swing. He swings a toothpick. The 25-year-old is using that elite bat speed to go off in the series. He popped off for 4 extra base hits and 5 RBIs in 3 games. The Jays are back to 500. They're 20-20. The Rangers got back within 3 games of first place, and now the Astros, they're back within 2 games. This game was over in the blink of an eye, mainly because Ronel Blanco was insane. Yainer Diaz, he gave Ronel plenty to work with, and I just want to mention that after a brutal start for Yainer, he's now batting .370 with 12 RBIs his last 11. Christian Walker, attaboy, he also has been terrible to start this season. That is a nice 2-run single. Maybe that wakes him up even more because he's batting .290 with 9 extra base hits and 13 RBIs his last 19 games, and now it's time for Ronel Blanco to set a career high. Blanco has never struck out 10 until this game. He struck out 11. He only allowed 2 base hits, 1 walk, and he really worked that fastball with a ton of sliders, curveballs. This was by far his best start since last season because, not gonna lie, he's kind of been getting torched this year. Tons of Astros have been breaking out lately. They're 2 games back to the Mariners for first place. Both bullpens in this next game were as stingy as it gets. Every run scored was off a starting pitcher. And look at Chandler Simpson. You gotta look at this clip. Look at the hustle. I mean, he literally goes Usain Bolt anytime he puts a ball in play. Jonathan Aranda, I just gotta mention, he's still top 5 in OPS. He's batting .342 after 3 more base hits in this one. Yelly, he kept a baseball fair. That's his 7th home run. I think he also stole his 8th bag later. William, he joins his brother. Happy Mother's Day. That's William's first extra base hit in almost a month. Now each team got 1 more, so it's 3-2, and check this this out. You might not see a better double play for the rest of the week. Abner, he had a matrix move to snag it. Joey Ortiz then threw a C to beat Chandler Simpson to first base. Bryce Terray, more insane Brewers defense. He put on his moon shoes, the platinum glover. He leaps to make the grab. Yelich, he singled, and there it is, his 8th stolen bag, like I mentioned. And Rhys Hoskins was able to cash him in. He overcame an 0 for 3, 3-strikeout game to drive in a run. Trevor McGill turned in a 1-2-3 9th inning for his 5th save. The Brewers, they're 20-21. The Rays are 18-22. Honestly, I just want to talk about one dude in this Marlins-White Sox game, and his name is Tim Elko. The Elk went yard, a 3-run home run. That's his first big league home run. He hit 295 with a near 850 OPS in the minor league, so he can actually kind of swing it. Now, I do want to show 2 more guys actually. Xavier Edwards, he singled and stole his 11th bag. He's been pretty bad this year, so it's nice to see him get on and steal a base. Augustin Ramirez, he played an X with a swinging bunt, and yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show those 2 guys because I think they're fun. Cam Boozer, he secures his first save in a White Sox uniform. The White Sox are 12-29. The Miami Marlins, after losing 7 of their last 10, they're 12-24. There we go, another recap in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching and growing the game of baseball with me. The only thing left is to leave a like and subscribe. Also, what do you make of the Rockies and Pirates owners scapegoating the managers, blaming it pretty much on them? Do you think that Manfred should be able to step in and fine or fire owners? You guys gotta let me know. But again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and enjoy the web gems.
Started back. Now everybody's got to sprint in. Somehow he got